local elections are important to them as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Speaking of local elections, I want to turn our attention to Whitman County. We really just had one contested race on the county commission. Now, we will mention at this point in the night here at about 9:41 p.m., no results in from Whitman County. That county, one of just 4 in the state, not reporting any numbers just yet. But we do want to talk about this race between Dean Kinzer and independent Tom Handy. Mr. Kinzer, the Republican incumbent. And joining us to talk about this race, Allison Harris from the Civic Scoop Pullman. Allison joined us for the live debate between these two candidates a number of weeks ago. Thanks for connecting with us here on election night, Allison.
Thanks for having me, Matt. It's good to be here.
Yeah, good to see you again. And we touched on this topic in the debate, city versus county in this race. Handy, and he clarified this, despite his physical address, he's painted as the city of Pullman candidate versus Kinzer, the county candidate. And we saw this in the form of financial support this election season, correct?
Correct. You know, it's been really interesting because as I've followed city politics for a while now, I noticed that over the last couple of years when the city and the county interacted, there always seemed to be a little friction between them. And so when I checked to see who donated to who, I noticed that Mr. Handy's donors were primarily people who were influential within our city of Pullman, like Mayor Johnson and some city council members, the president of the Chamber of Commerce in Pullman, whereas the people who donated to Dean Kinzer were the other county commissioners and another big developer in our county. And so it was just interesting that the donors for both candidates really kind of showed that there was a city versus county situation going on with the two candidates.
Did you get a sense as to why that was in this race?
Well, like I mentioned before, I guess I have some conjecture here, but I did seem to notice in the politics that there was a little bit of friction. So I'm wondering if the city people would love to have someone in the county government that they can trust to work well with them, because Mr. Handy has been involved with city boards, like being the president of the Downtown Association and some other city boards that he's been on in the past, and he's worked well with a lot of those city people. So I think that's probably why.
Yeah, very interesting perspective. We will be interested to see when those numbers do come in. I'm sure we'll all be refreshing the Secretary of State's website all night. Allison Harris from the Civic Scoop Pullman, thank you so much for joining us. You can find her coverage on all sorts of community issues by finding the Civic Scoop on social media. Have a great night.
Thanks so much.
And voter turnout, as we've already